So this story is called The Guy Who Could Be More. I was at a 3-day teaching conference, as usual, trolling for attractive single male teachers. And I met this Asian Chinese American guy from Seattle, which is my hometown. And I thought, yes! We had so much in common. We got to know each other really good over 3 days. And I learned 3 really important things about him. Number 1, his sweaters were really soft. And number 2, he's not a teacher. His father owns the school, and he's rich and runs it. And number 3, he's married. So we stayed in contact, but we didn't talk that much until I went on my first trip to mainland China. And I don't know if you know this, but Google Maps does not work in mainland China. So here I was, the only app I had that worked was WeChat, and I didn't know how to get to my hostel. So I had 2 contacts on WeChat, this girl I worked with in South Korea who never checked it, and my rich married friend. So I messaged him hey, here's my hostel, can you help me find it? I don't know how to get there. And he said, why are you staying in such a crappy place? Yeah, because it's cheap. Okay, so here's a taxi card to a new hotel I booked for you. I mean, what do you do? So I didn't know how to get to my hostel, so I went to the hotel he booked for me. We're in Xi'an, China. They open the door. Bonjour! I'm in a French hotel, staying in a king-size bed suite, staring at my shower, which is separate from the bathtub, lounging in my living room when the phone rings. And the guy says, hey, it's me. What are you doing tomorrow in Xi'an? And I said, well, clearly I'm not going to make any plans, so I don't know, see you in the city. Okay, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. I get a call, and it's a confirmation for a private tour of Xi'an. See the city wall, the bell tower, the market, and a one-on-one guide who asked a million questions while we looked at the terracotta warriors. I'm talking AC van, people. So I'm like, all right, well, thanks for helping a girl out, someone who clearly did not plan for this mainland China trip. So we stay in contact, and later that year, I find out he's divorced. I'm like, this is it. This is the time. So he lives in Shanghai. I'm like, oh, awesome. I'll come visit you in Shanghai, and I can go to Shanghai Disneyland. Oh, he's like, oh, you want to go to Shanghai Disneyland? Cool. I found you some flights. Let me book it for you. What's your passport number? Okay, yeah, I mean, your flights are cheaper. So he booked my flight, he booked my 2-day park ticket, and he booked not the budget Disney hotel, but the Shanghai Disneyland Resort, just for me. And I'm like, he is going to show up. I'm in his hometown. He is going to be here. And I do Disneyland by myself for 3 days. It's epic. All I did was send him selfies of me with Donald Duck. At this point, I'm like, I think we have a sugar daddy situation. And that was only further confirmed when I was in Australia for my birthday, just sightseeing, and I was in Brisbane, which was 2 hours from my hotel. And I'm messaging him, and he's like, oh, it's your birthday. What are you going to do? I'm like, oh, I'm just checking out Brisbane, and then I'll drive back to my hotel. And he says, but why don't you just stay in Brisbane overnight? I'm like, because I already have a hotel. He's like, okay, so here's a confirmation to a hotel in Brisbane for tonight. You know your hotel room is special when there's 2 doors, double doors to get in. Massive 2-bedroom suite, free minibar, free snacks. I went home with a yoga mat. I am living it up. But this is not enough because it is my birthday. So not only did he book the hotel, he gave me $700 to my PayPal account for a shopping spree. It's a sugar daddy, right? It's a sugar daddy. So after that, I still didn't see him, didn't really hear from him until he was in Hong Kong, and he messaged me, I'm in Hong Kong. I'm like, I mean, I'm busy, but should we meet up? He's like, no, I'm in Discovery Bay. It's too far. And I realized, maybe this friend doesn't have to become something more. Maybe it's just is what it is.
Woo! Thank you.